What's up, guys, and welcome back, or welcome. This is your first visit. My name is Matt. On this channel I review brand new cars such as this one. This is 2026 Subaru Outback Wilderness. Now, I've done the base premium trim and the top of the line XT Touring. This is by far my favorite trim, and today I'm going to take in a complete tour of it. We're going to check it out from the exterior, interior technology, and of course we'll take you for a test drive. So if you enjoy watching videos like this, don't forget to check out the rest of my channel, subscribe to it, give me a thumbs up, and now let's get back to this. The Outback needs no introduction. It's been around for over 4 years, and this is the newest generation of it. I've done a couple other trims on this channel already, so this is not your cup of tea. Go ahead and relook at the premium or the XT Touring one. Now, let's take a look at this and see what makes the Wilderness special. Right away, you can see that this is different than the other Outbacks. Let's take a closer look. On top of the hood, you'll find the anti-glare sticker. And this particular vehicle is dressed in the River Rock Pearl, which is a premium color. We have the LED lights, daytime running lamps, turn signals. And look at these cool fog lamps right at the bottom of it, kind of in the shape of a flower, dressed in this anodized copper trim around them. A very bulky looking front end. This one has been specifically designed for the Wilderness. We have Subaru that's spelled out, front facing camera, a little bit more of armor, if you will, at the sides, and then it has more ground clearance. The Wilderness has 9.5 inches of ground clearance, and it has the standard underbody protection. Let's pop the hood open. Let's see what powers it up. Underneath the hood, you'll find a 2.4-liter four-cylinder turbocharged Subaru Boxer engine, 260 horsepower, 277 pound-feet of torque. It is mated to a high-torque Lineatronic CVT transmission, and it has a standard symmetrical all-wheel drive system. Now, what else we have? We have this ugly prop stick right here on the side. We have this cool air duct above it, and this a large latch for extra safety and security. We're definitely going to check out the driving dynamics at the end of this video. But before we start driving, let's talk about the dimensions. So it has a total length of 192.3, 68.1 is the height of it. This might be a little bit higher because it is the Wilderness and it has an increased ground clearance, 9.5 inches versus 8.7 on the regular Outback. We have the width of 75.8 inches, and we have the updated roof rails up on top. That's important, and they have a static capacity of up to 800 pounds, so you can easily put a tent on top of them and go overlanding, which has been very popular in the recent years. Now let's take a look at the wheels and tires. So we have the 17-inch black rims, alloy rims with the Bridgestone Dueler all-terrain tires, the size of them 225 by 65 on 17-inch rim. We have the suspension with adaptive dampers, lots of cladding around this entire vehicle. Now, I know some people like it, others not so much. We have the Outback that's kind of embossed into this bottom trim. Now, the trim is there to protect in case you take it on the gravel road, so it doesn't scratch up or put any nicks on that brand new paint. Now, we have the fully loaded mirrors, and that includes the turn signals, blind spot assist, and the side view camera. We also have the proximity entry system on the front door, so you can lock or unlock this vehicle without pushing any buttons on the remote. Now, by the way, if you do want to push it, of course, that's what it's there for. This is the new Subaru remote. We have the lock, unlock, gate button or the trunk button, panic button, and this is it. This is the new Subaru key. Now everything around the windows have been blacked out, and check this out. On this trim where there's normally nothing, we have the Subaru Wilderness badge that's looking mighty cool. Now the gas tank door is on the passenger side, and let's move over to the back of it. Let me actually switch it around so you can see what's going on in the back. Here it is, guys. Let's take a look and see what we have. So we have the LED tail lamps, but incandescent turn signals. We have this cool looking reverse lights with this anodized copper trim around them. Outback, that's spelled out, Subaru badge right in the middle, exposed wiper, the third brake light here, and then we have this rugged bumper right at the bottom. This is specifically designed again for the Wilderness series. You can see the dual exhaust underneath here. Now this has a towing capacity up to 3,500 pounds, so you can easily pull a small camper or maybe a little boat if you wanted to. We have the rear view camera, Subaru Wilderness badge, and of course the symmetrical all-wheel drive system. Now let's see if it has that power lift gate, and push that button on the remote. Oh, the vehicle is running, so that's not going to work anyways, but let me push this here, and there you go. And here in the back, you'll have a 34.6 cubic feet of storage that expands up to 80 cubic feet if you fold down this rear seats. Now, it is about 45.2 inches in width, so I mean you can easily put like a bed in here if you wanted to. Now the seats can be folded down by pulling on those levers on each side, and see that drops down. So if you're into that kind of stuff, you can definitely put a mattress and camp out here. What else is going on? So we have the a lighter or the 12-volt power outlet, Harman Kardon stereo. We have the extra hooks for like your maybe grocery bags, or put them that cargo net in here. This one has that Wilderness all-season mat. What's underneath here, of course, is spare tire, a must for any of the off-road vehicles. Now, pretty cool feature on all of the new Outbacks. Not sure if you can see it, but you have Outbacks carrying all kinds of different stuff, including a shark, a tent, a boat, a motorcycle, Christmas tree, and I don't know, a heart with the luggage on it. Subaru is spelled out on top. We have some illumination in here in case you want to you know, sit down and tailgate maybe at night. And then we have the two buttons, one to close it, and lock it. Well, let me close that up and let's see how much room there is for passengers in the back. And here, guys, this front seat is adjusted to my regular driving position. I'm almost 6 feet tall, and look at this. I have plenty of headroom, probably about 4 or 5 inches of headroom, which is huge. I have plenty of shoulder room, no complaints here. And even the knee room, I have several inches before I would hit the back of the seat. Now my feet fit nicely in those footwells underneath the seat, so no complaints here. A very nice and comfortable sitting position. And let's take a look, see what else is going on here. Before I show you the rest, let's take a quick look at the sticker. One thing we didn't talk about is the gas mileage. So it's 23 is the combined one, 21 in the city, 27 on the highway. But for the power and the size of this vehicle, I think it's acceptable. Now, the total MSRP on this particular vehicle is just shy of $50,000. I'm not sure if you can see it, but it says $49,988. Now let's take a look and see what's going on the interior. Starting with this rear door panel, and I gotta tell you, kudos to Subaru for not forgetting about the rear passengers. This is all nice and soft touch materials. This is soft touch for the armrest. We also have this felt aligned cup holder, a bottle holder, and it prevents, it dampens the sound of rattling against it. Now we have a speaker inside, and check this out. See the stars? That's because Subaru calls their man-made leather StarTex material. Now, you can opt in for real leather if you go with this premium 3 package for the Wilderness. It's going to give you the Napa leather with, you know, some more features on it. We'll touch on that in just a little bit. Now, here in the middle, you have the console that opens up with the 2 cup holders. And then in the middle, you have your own vents for the back, USB Type-C, USB Type-A, and the heated seats in the back as well. Now we have kind of a dual pockets in the seat backs. There is a big bump right there in the middle, but for 2 passengers, definitely very comfortable, maybe 2 and a child. And of course, before we get inside, let's listen to the sound of the closing door. And that is super solid. And here in the front door panel, basically the same scenario as in the back, but of course we have the window mirror lock controls, a larger cup holder. We have the premium Harman Kardon stereo system. Subaru Wilderness, these are the mats that we have, nothing else going on as far as the crazy stuff in the pedal wheel. Now in the front, we have the 10-way power adjustment for the driver's seat, down with 4-way manual adjustment for the passengers. Now the seats are more bolstered. You can still see the stars. We have the Subaru Wilderness logo embossed into the headrest. And let me jump inside. I'll show you the rest of this interior. And we're going to do the sound of the, and we're going to check out the sound of the closing door from the inside here as well. Boom. That is super nice and solid. Now let's check this out. Here's what's going on the interior. See the large 2 screens. What I'm going to do is I'm going to hit this start button, get this vehicle started, and let's see what's going on. Starting on the right hand side, so you can see all of these stars right here. That's the same pattern as you see on the seats. This is a softer touch material, nice trim, overall a great looking design on the interior. Now we have the steering wheel, which is just right. The size of it, it's great. We have some contrast stitching on the inside. We have some thicker spots in here for better grip. We have this anodized copper trim that we've seen on the exterior of this vehicle, typical to the Wilderness trim. Subaru logo right in the middle, and let's see what's going on the left hand side. So you can see the Seek Track Source. This is for your audio. We have the trip reset hold. We're going to check these out, what these buttons do, and then the voice control, volume control. On the right hand side, there's a button that was located somewhere else. The X mode came from the middle console to the steering wheel, and this is the dual function X mode. We'll check that out in a little bit though. So we have the ability to adjust the gap between you and the car in front of you for the adaptive cruise control, regular cruise control, and you have the lane keep assist. Now this is the fully digital 12.3 inches instrument cluster. Looking cool, right? Now let's see what else we have. We'll press this button and it changes the design of it. Press it again. We have this more traditional style on the right hand side speedometer, left hand side tachometer, with the average mileage of 6.4, which is the vehicle has been setting for the most part. Now we see what's going on. The lights are on. We're going to turn them to auto. We're going to turn off the fog lights as well. 37 degrees outside, in case you're wondering why I'm wearing a sweatshirt. Here in Florida, that's like polar air, basically. Well, anyways, so we have 70 miles to empty. Now that's based on the 6.4 miles per gallon, which I think would have a lot more. And then right in the middle, you can see the lane keep assist and loading navigation. So we're going to wait for a little bit. Let's see what else is going on the left-hand side. We have the tachometer, speedometer on the right. So all the important information is still there. And then going back to the screen that we started with. Now, I'm going to leave it in here just because, I don't know, I like it. And we're going to move on to this brand new infotainment system that is completely different than on all of the previous Subaru models. Now we had one screen that was divided certainly like in 3 different portions on the previous ones. So you had that X mode up on top, then you had the regular infotainment system, then you had the climate control at the bottom. Now we have this dedicated strictly to the infotainment system, and that's a newly developed infotainment system. Now the good news is we still have the manual volume and power button. That makes it so much easier to adjust the volume. Harman Kardon stereo sounds good. Unfortunately, I can't really demonstrate it for you due to the YouTube copyright policies. We have some shortcuts on the left hand side, so hit this button and then yeah, okay, well, remind me later, but this is the navigation system. Okay, very nice, very responsive. This is a Google designed infotainment system when we have the FM, AM, Sirius XM, Bluetooth, and USB. So you have everything as far as the radio, because you can stream through your phone, through the Bluetooth, through the USB, with the satellite radio, and of course the AM and FM. You have the Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, both of them wireless. I'm going to cancel that pairing. We don't want my phone to be connected to it right now. Sound profiles, eyesight. This is like your co-pilot. You know, this is all of the assist systems for driving assistance. Now take a look at the sound. Basically, it's going to let you adjust the equalizer, volume controls, volume memory. Let's go back here. Eyesight, driving assistance. Okay, so we have the proactive driver assist, collision avoidance, lane departure, cruise management, camera, other safety assistance control. Let's see what these are. Forward vehicle movement, eyesight assist, monitor, rest suggestions. Okay, sometimes they go like, hey, it's been driving for 15 minutes. Get some rest now. So that's good that it's basically turned off. Now we also have the ability to change the left or right driving. Okay, so right side and left side, you can change that if you are in the countries that are driving on the left hand side. Of course, you can't just take the steering wheel from one side to the other, but I guess this is universal for the vehicles that are sold all over the world. So I'm gonna go back to the settings. Let's see what else cool is here. Manage devices, vehicle, time, date, maintenance, voice assistance, valet mode, network connection, and software. Pretty self-explanatory. Throw it in reverse. Let's see what the rear view camera looks like. And yes, super nice, very nice and clear trajectory lines, both from the front and from the back. I was just reviewing a Pilot and they only had it from the back, and I go like, why not from the front? That's just so important. See, like right now I have the steering wheel on as such. I would definitely go over that curb, and that's showing me this. If I didn't see that, I probably would have ignored it, right? So I mean, this is an important safety feature as well. I have the different camera angles, and I think we're gonna turn this camera separately from this. So let's just put it in park and turn the camera on. So I have the different views, right? The top down view, this is the side view. The front view, we're sitting in front of the service department, another front view. Now we have the top view from the back and the regular rear view. So plenty of features, plenty of settings for the camera, good quality, no complaints here at all. Okay, well, let's scroll down. So part of the screen used to be the climate control. Let me actually see if I can make this a little brighter. Well, I hope that's better. So this is your climate control function. Right now we have it off, but if I turn it on, you have the dual zone climate control, and of course you have the fan settings, you have the heated seats, heated rear window, and of course we have the front window defogger, USB type C, USB type A, a wireless charging pad, and then we have this nice shifter again with this copper accents, and then we have a few buttons right in the back of the shifter. We can turn on or off the engine start stop button, basically a brake hold, lane keep assist, and this is the button that I use to turn on the camera, electronic parking brake, two large cup holders, and then we also have a bit more room in this console that's right there in the middle. Oh, and I didn't even see that we have another regular 12-volt power outlet. Now, scrolling up to the mirror, we have the HomeLink system inside of the mirror, so you can control your garage door opener, and we have a compass right inside the mirror. Now, this is not a digital mirror. And then up on top, we have the SOS button. We have the tilt and slide for the sunroof. Now, the sunshade is manual on it, but you push the button and you can slide this or tilt it whichever way you want it. So let's close this up. And again, we have the sunglasses holder, extendable visors right here, which is really important too, and illuminated mirrors. I like this headliner, kind of this fabric headliner, looking pretty cool. Now, one thing that we didn't really talk about is this X mode. So let's push this button and let's see what we have. So we have the deep snow, mud, and snow dirt. So essentially two different settings for the X mode. Oh, and one more thing, we have the heated steering wheel. Well, let's talk about pricing. Let's take this vehicle for a spin, but let me know what you think about the interior of this brand new 26 Subaru Outback Wilderness. And here, guys, I'm on Subaru's website, so let's talk quickly about the different trim levels. So premium is the base model, $34,995. I've done the video of it a couple of months ago, so it's on the channel if you want to watch it. 26 Outback Limited, $41,715, and 26 Outback Touring, $45,395. All three of them are going to have the less powerful engine option. Now, Wilderness, the first one that kind of starts off with the more powerful engine, and that starts at $44,995. Not sure why they put it as less expensive than the Outback Limited XT, which is actually less expensive, $44,365. And then the top of the line is the Touring XT. But you can essentially get all of the options on the Wilderness as on the Touring XT. I'm going to show you how in just a moment. And that one is at $47,995. So with the Wilderness right now, we have two different premium packages. Used to be only one, but you can opt in for option package OP22, which this one has, and that's going to include the 12.1-inch screen with the multimedia navigation system. We have the Moonroof 360-degree surround view monitor, and then the package is at $2,000. Now, if you want a little bit more luxury, you can go to OP23, the optional package 23, and that's going to add the Napa leather trimmed upholstery, same thing, and then that multimedia navigation, Moonroof. Now we're going to have the ventilated power front seats with driver memory and leg extension. So we don't have the memory seat settings. We can have that with the option 23. 360-degree surround view monitor, power folding mirrors, which we don't have on this package. And then let's see what else we have. Power folding mirrors, and that's it. Now the price of this package is expensive. It's $4,090, but it's essentially going to give you pretty much everything that the Touring XT has, would make this essentially the top of the line, I guess. Well, let's take it for a quick spin and let's see how this vehicle handles. And even though it is 37 degrees, we are in the sunshine state. So let me put my shades on and let's start driving and take it for a quick spin. I kind of wish that we had the ability to take it around maybe on some off the beaten path trail, but unfortunately there's none around here. Plus it's a brand new vehicle, and I don't know how they would feel about me taking it through the woods. Okay, I found a tiny little bit of space that is grass area. I don't know if I'm supposed to be here or not. I kind of want to see how this vehicle, handles on off this beaten path. But I want to see the turning ratios, turning steering wheel all the way to the left. And here, this is a very uneven thing. So we're getting to test two things at the same time. First is the turning radius. And of course, the second thing is the how the suspension handles those road imperfections. And I have to tell you, I mean, of course, this is not a real trail. However, this is probably what most people are going to be using this vehicle for, getting to their tent site, maybe getting to the trailhead, something like this, which is going to have some bumpy roads, maybe not like a Moab rock climbing expedition. But anyways, this vehicle can definitely handle that with 9.5 inches of ground clearance. Now it can go a little bit further than the previous generations Outbacks could. And I think it looks cooler too. But that's just a matter of opinion, of course. Everybody has their own, whether it's right or wrong. So let's take this for a quick spin. I'm going to start with merging in traffic. Let's see if we can follow this car. Getting it up to speed. Definitely the 260 horsepower is felt. So yeah, no issues here. However, the XT felt a little bit smoother. I guess that's because of the all-terrain tires. We have a little bit more knobby tires on this versus the XT. So you're gonna feel a little bit different, especially on the pavement. For those of you who are used to that kind of drive, it's gonna be a welcome kind of feel. If you're not used to it and you really don't take any off-roading trips, then you can definitely go for the XT. It's going to give you a little bit of a smoother ride. Now, it feels big, right? I have plenty of room. As a matter of fact, I'm going to push this seat a little bit forward because I was sitting too far back. We have the large windshield. The mirrors are decent size. Like if there's nobody sitting in the second row seat, the visibility is great as well. Now, as far as the blind spot, turn around, not too bad. And as far as the acceleration of this vehicle, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop right here. There's nobody behind us. I'm at 0. Let's hit it. That's about as far as we can go, to about 55 miles per hour on this road. It is not the fastest acceleration, let's face it, but it's definitely adequate for the type of the vehicle, the size of the vehicle that it is. There's definitely no issues in merging in traffic. I gotta tell you, this vehicle definitely will shine when taking it off the beaten path, maybe even driving through snow. The symmetrical all-wheel drive system, it constantly monitors the traction of each wheel, and if one loses traction, it's gonna transfer that traction to the wheels with the most traction, like, if that makes sense. If I put traction too many times, well, yeah, I hope you know what I mean. So overall, I think this is a great vehicle. I know there's some people that love it, others who are not going to like the new design. I think it's an improvement overall, and I've said it on the Premium, I've said it on the Touring XT. Now, this is by far my favorite trim, and it definitely feels it too. It feels more rugged while driving it. You can definitely feel that larger ground clearance and the bigger tires on this vehicle, and it looks cool as well, guys. Let me know what you think about this brand new 2026 Subaru Outback Wilderness. I hope you like this. I hope you learned something about this vehicle from this video, and if you did, don't forget to give me a like, subscribe to the channel for more automotive content, and I will see you in my next video. Cheers.